and Damon here from Brrraains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short. Donkey Kong Country, they made what into a TV series? We're up to episode 4, called Barrel, Who's Got the Barrel? Written by Nadine van der Velde. So, continuing to be the same writer.
I do like that though, the fact that they stuck with the same writer.
Agreed.
At least that
consistency.
Kind of, yeah.
Consistency. It will change later on though. We begin this episode with DK feeling a bit down about his appearance. He thinks he's too hairy, which I did laugh about. And he's worried about his appearance to his for his lunch that he's going to have with Candy. Diddy tries to tell him that he looks fine, and he laughs about the fact that DK is just a big hairy ape. So yes, I don't know, I find that sort of interaction quite amusing.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
DK is having a formal lunch with Candy with a joke about them each sitting at each end of a massive table and not being able to hear each other. It's silly, but you know, you're like, okay, that will entertain, that'll make a child laugh.
Yeah, kids like it.
The lunch is interrupted by Bluster, who orders her back to work. He does suggest she can take time off as she goes on a date with him, though. She refuses, and Bluster demands to know what she sees in DK. And she struggles to come up with anything, aside from the fact that he's a big, hairy ape and Bluster isn't. Like, Bluster's a hairy ape as well. Yeah. Although Bluster, visually, doesn't look...
He looks older.
He looks weirder, yeah.
Weirder and older. But he has got money?
Yes, well, he owns a bat. Well, his mum's got money. Mummy's got money, yeah. Flying away, Bluster decides to give her what she wants. And after we see that he has a crazy haircut called the banana flip. The haircut one. Yeah. Candy is completely unimpressed and refuses to go out with him. Bluster walks away but realises that it's the crystal coconut that makes DK so cool. Because back to the crystal coconut. Yep. We then cut tonight to see him sneaking into Cranky's house, and he sings a song called Creeping. Didn't think much of the song, but I really like how it looks at night. We don't get a lot of night stuff in this, and it looks kind of cool and peaceful.
Yeah, definitely.
Bluster manages to sneak in and get the coconut. We then cut the DK waking up having had a bad dream. He and Diddy go to Cranky, and DK tells him he had a dream the coconut was stolen. And they find it gone, and naturally Cranky thinks it was K. Rool, obviously. However, Bluster dropped his business card, and the trio realise he took it. Where does he keep a business card? Where did he keep that on his... He don't wear clothes. Except...
How convenient, though. A dream, dropping a card.
Right, so let's talk about the clothing aspect of this. So DK wears nothing but a tie. Diddy wears nothing but a t-shirt. Cranky, what's he wearing? Like a kind of cardigan. Cardigan. Yeah. Bluster, a bow tie. Completely naked otherwise. And then we get to the women. Candy, fully dressed. Later on, Dixie, dressed.
Yeah.
Why? Because they would like, oh yeah, we got to put the women apes in clothes. Because Candy's got to have boobs, does she?
Yeah.
Does she?
No, again, it's that sort of like weird animation and stuff.
But this is aimed at children,
and
it's computer graphics, so you could certainly get around all of that.
It is aimed at children, but how many Disney films have you seen with adult jokes in it? So many.
Yeah, okay. I mean, no, I'm not sort of saying like that Candy and all should be naked as well.
No.
Because obviously it's tied in from the games and how they were looking in the games. But yeah, you kind of notice it here, moments where you're like, how did Bluster drop a business card?
Who's in his hair?
Yeah, oh maybe, yeah, let's go with that, yeah. The next day, Bluster is telling Candy that he will be the new ruler and shows Candy that he has the coconut, but Candy thinks it's a fake. It gets knocked out of his hand and onto a conveyor belt as DK arrives. They both try to get it, but it ends up inside a barrel that is then transported away on a rocket. Diddy is furious that Bluster did this. DK says to forget about him and says they need to chase the coconut down. So, forget the story about Bluster. We're now just back to get the coconut again.
Yep.
Yawn. K. Rool, because obviously he hasn't been in this episode, it's time for him. He's building something in his base. Clump arrives and K. Rool is angry that he doesn't have the coconut yet. Apparently he wants to use its power to power his new invention, but Clump reveals that the spies have discovered that it is missing. K. Rool orders him to find out where it is heading and to get it first. His invention? Some sort of barrel spy satellite. How are you able to build that, K. Rool?
No. Build a fucking machine gun.
Yeah. Bluster is refusing to tell DK and Diddy where the coconut barrel is heading. DK then gets angry and threatens him, but Bluster is unimpressed. But he does eventually agree to give him a hint and sends him to check out the beach. Clump and some minions then arrive at the factory and demand a coconut. Clump demands to know where the coconut went, and Bluster reveals that it was going to Funky's place on the beach. DK and Diddy have been searching the beach and arrive at Funky's place. Funky greets them and comes down to meet them. He reveals that he has a new invention called a couch potato cruiser. Funky, he's a character that pops up a lot. What do you think of him? Irritating. The word is irritating.
Yeah, irritating. Again, he
the stoner jokes are weird.
Yeah, but
they are weird.
He's that guy. Like, he's I don't know. He referenced the guy's there. Like, if you need something to move along.
A MacGuffin, yeah.
Yeah, MacGuffin. That's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Sometimes Funky's there just to get them from A to B.
Yeah.
Funky reveals he got a barrel delivery, but he didn't have the stuff inside, so he planned to send it back to Bluster. He then reveals he did a barrel roll over the White Mountains, and that barrel fell out. DK and Diddy aren't happy about this, as this is where Eddie, the mean old Yeti, lives. Funky then takes him in his biplane to the mountains with Bluster following. So we're going all over Conga Bongo here.
Yep.
In the mountains, DK and Diddy go to look. Funky leaves them behind. They then hear the sound of Eddie from a nearby cave. Inside we see Eddie, voiced by Damon Duvaleria, hitting the barrel with a stick. DK and Diddy arrive, and Diddy tries to pretend that the barrel is their barrel, but Eddie refuses to give it over and runs off. DK and Diddy pursue him, finding him in another cave, trying to open it. Here we get another song, DK and Diddy breaking into a hip-hop song called Have We Got a Deal? Offer them fire in return for the barrel. So that's the idea. You're cold, we'll give you fire, give us the barrel. Eddie agrees, but he burns himself and gets angry. DK and Diddy run off, but fall into a pit. Bluster grabs the barrel and taunts them. He tells them he's going to be the hero and win Candy over. Dude, it's never worked. You had the crystal coconut before and Candy didn't want to know.
Yep.
Clump arrives, though, and demands the barrel. Bluster offers it up, but his minions are idiots, constantly shooting when he says the word fire. Did laugh at that. Did laugh at that. Bluster hides behind the barrel and loses his hair to some claptraps, so his hair's gone now. He gets upset and knocks the barrel into the pit that holds DK and Diddy. Eddie arrives and claims the barrel again, running off with it. DK and Diddy chase after him as Clump realises he's failed and then chooses to blame it on the minions when he has to report to K. Rool. Sometimes I like Clump's dialogue. He's all like, oh yeah, you'll take the blame, yeah. Yeah, and it's very army-like, but he's a bit of an idiot.
Yeah, he's stupid,
DK and Diddy catch up with Eddie, but he has been being pursued by minions in a train. And it's like, this is odd, man. This is really all over the place.
Yep.
Really is. Clump reports to K. Rool and blames the minions and arrive back with a barrel, having been apparently able to just get it back from Eddie. They just did it. Clump now changes tact and tries to take credit for it. K. Rool orders him to attach it to the satellite so he can watch all of the islands. Apparently the satellite's going to go up in space and he's going to be able to view the entire island. But you already can. You're everywhere all the time. You have spies apparently watching the apes.
Yep.
DK and Diddy arrive though and hide inside a train car. It starts to move. K. Rool, his minions, a satellite, heading to a desert to launch this satellite. Upon arrival, K. Rool sets up the launch as DK and Diddy try to stop him. They do this all within 10 seconds. I was really annoyed about this. I was like, okay, we've got to this big conclusion.
Yeah, big conclusion.
Takes 10 seconds.
Yeah,
They get the coconut and they leave. And you're like, oh. Sometimes I feel like the resolution is just not worth the story.
Yeah.
K. Rool, though, apparently now doesn't care. He's like, all right, whatever, don't care. And continues the launch, claiming he has a backup power source. I was like, huh?
A backup power source. Why didn't you use that one first?
Yeah, like, if it could power it, why were you even going for the coconut?
Yep.
Like, absurd. But it doesn't work, and the satellite literally falls to pieces. K. Rool suspects that Clump sabotaged it to save his job, and K. Rool chases him. And I was like, okay, that could have been a fun thing had you implied early on that Clump wanted to do that and he was worried he'd lose his job.
Yep.
And then throughout we kind of saw him trying to sabotage it. And he'd be like, oh yeah, ha ha ha. But it's just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
We see the coconut is back in Cranky's hut and DK suggests they find a safer place for it. Cranky says that he has a stick, so why bother? Yes, deep sigh.
Yep.
Eddie then arrives and the episode ends with the sound of him attacking them all in the hut. And that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, this is an all over the place one. Yeah, there isn't really a coherent part to this story, and so much of it makes little sense. The frantic nature of the bits with Eddie would amuse a child, because it's quite fast-paced and energetic, and Eddie's a little bit of an idiot as well. But story-wise, this does not work for me.
No. So, I mean, the other episodes were previously were okay. This is just ridiculous.
This is a bad one. Yeah. I'd argue this is the first proper bad episode.
Yeah.
Agree?
No sense, no story. I mean, no story from a very basic story anyway.
Yep.
But just, like I said, all over the place, pointless, the same boring.
Get the coconut stuff, yeah, it's uninteresting, and unfortunately, this will be the kind of common theme of this show, where it's just an an episode where it's crystal coconut stuff. Thankfully, there are other ones and stuff like that, and we will get to talk about them in the future. But for now, this is Barrel. Who's got the barrel? Got any thoughts on it? You know what to do. Let me know in the comments.
Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?